Hey guys, today I'm going to walk you through how to make over your old journals and folders that you don't use anymore into a cute new looking leather bound journal. Now this project is awesome for recycling the old supplies that you already have around the house for not a lot of money, but it also makes a really excellent craft to make and sell because leather bound journals always go for a premium and they're super easy to make. So let's get started. To make this journal, just grab your old half-filled or partially used journals that you have lying around the house. I picked this one that I got at a conference a few years ago that I've never really used. Next, you're going to grab some genuine leather, or you can even use faux leather if that is easier for you. And just make sure that you have enough that you can fold it over the entire front and back of your journal before you cut it just roughly around the edges. This does not need to be exact because we'll be trimming off all the excess later. Next, we'll be using some permanent fabric glue, or really any permanent adhesive, to coat the entire back of your journal before you press it in place with your leather fabric. I like to make a perimeter of glue around each cover and then go back and forth before I press the leather in place on the cover of my journal. This way I can use my hands to evenly distribute the glue to make sure that it's covering the entire cover of your journal. Then repeat it on the other side. Once your front and back cover are all glued and ready to go, then it's time for us to start trimming. I recommend not getting any glue on the binding side of your journal because it can crease and look a little strange as you use it. Also, a good tip is when you're working with leather to use a rotary cutter because it's going to give you the smoothest, cleanest, most accurate lines. Once you get to the center binding of your journal, it might be helpful to use some scissors just to make those small cuts where your rotary blade can't fit. Just be sure to make really smooth, clean lines since these will be visible when your project is done. Now that your leather journal is all resurfaced with beautiful leather, it's time to add some closures. To do this, I will be recycling a piece of a leather cuff that broke and just trimming off the sides that had studs on them. If you don't happen to have an old leather cuff lying around the house, don't stress. You can just take an extra scrap of leather and cut it to a rectangular shape that's going to look good and fit your notebook. Next, I'm going to wrap it around the front of my journal and decide where I want it placed.